you yet. I bet your lad says to you, you just told me that, Dad. Yeah. But it is amazing. The bottom wall always looks wet, but it's actually just dark rock.
Just dark rock, yeah. I often looked at that and thought, oh, it's wet. You're absolutely right.
There's a wet streak on it. I think the top cracks might be a bit wet.
What was the year? What was the precise date when you did it?
It was the 20th of April, 1972. 50 years ago exactly today.
So that's the year after I was born. So, I mean, that's an intimidating face by anyone's standards. And bear in mind, you're kind of going for the hardest line on it. What did it actually look like and feel like to be thinking about attempting a wall like that 50 years ago?
Well, you look at it from a distance and you only really know when you abseil down and get close to it, because you know, climbing is about just being aware of the few feet in front of you, because if you start worrying about everything else, you know, you'll lose sight of what's important. So when I abseiled down it and brushed it off and cleaned out all the cracks, I thought, this will go. I can climb this, because at the time I could climb 5C stroke 6A, so anything within that range I got excited about. But my only problem was going straight over that big overhang. I never even thought of traversing him from the left-hand side like they did later on.
Here today, you know, 50 years later, standing at the bottom of this route, on a day like today, looking over Stickle Tarn, what does it feel like being here again?
You tend not to think about it. I suppose as you get older, you get a bit more emotional about things.
Yeah.
I just feel lucky.
Yeah.
Because when I look at a lot of my contemporaries, for one reason or another, they're either not able to climb or not able to climb at the level they'd like to because of injuries and or illnesses. And for me to come back here, yeah, I'm lucky.
Yeah.
I'm lucky.
Yeah.
It's funny that when you get older, you can't remember yesterday, but you can remember 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And,
but it's those stories, that history, that fabric underpins climbing that we all love, you know, and it's great hearing those stories as you're walking in, you know.
I mean, Craig and I have talked about this a lot. With the modern guidebooks, there's no historicals anymore.
No.
And I think that some of the climbing loses a bit of soul in that they're just lists. Yeah, I don't like taking too many runners.
No.
I'd rather do without than get weighed down.
Yeah, keeping it lightweight. But that's why you carry the kit for the route.
And 40 feet above, you need another rock 4. You know?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But you can put a rock 3 and turn it sideways.
Yeah.
But you might have used a rock 3 lower down.
It's true.
And so you've got this placement, it's a hard move and you're stuffed. So that's when it can be frustrating when you don't take enough. I've got far too many of these, but I like to carry them. It's just habit. So I always carry all that there. Right then, here we go. Craig always checks me knots nowadays, you know.
Is that my job today?
Yeah. But I'm doing a traditional bowling, doubled back through with a double hitch. Now, I've tied that so fast that you probably never saw any of it. Look at that, what a beautiful knot.
Nice new ropes as well.
Nice new ropes.
What are they, 60s or 70s?
I don't know.
So does that mean you need me to tie into the bottom? Shall I tie
know.
into the bottom just in case?
How long are these ropes, Craig?
70,
I'll tie into the bottom.
60, 70.
Why don't I tie into the bottom?
Edelweiss.
Bloody hell, my head's put on weight since doing Mexico.
Yeah.
Can't get my lid out.
Do you always wear your lid when you're beeline?
No. Not always.
No. Is that to keep the sun off your head?
Yeah. It's, aye. keep my brains in.
Yeah. Right. This is what you call traditional trad climbing. All right, boys.
Traditional
Traditional
trad climbing,
trad climbing. Yeah.
as opposed to modern trad climbing.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
Oh, I better put my boots on.
You got 2 belays. Is that what you used to have back in the day? Like one,
Yeah.
a bag carrier.
You're gonna do one rope, me do the other. I don't know. I mean, let's all get involved with it.
Will you go and get that flat stone over there and put it down there so I can sit on it? 'Cause I think this is a bit damp. This bit of rock.
I'm wondering-
And here's another problem when you get older. It gets harder putting your boots on.
That's because they're shoes, not boots.
Oh, these are shoes now, aren't they?
Aye.
Yeah. And I haven't worn my knees up. You know, creaky knees.
Haven't you got a stretch band for that? That's not traditional climbing, is it?
Ah.
With this stretch band at the bottom.
Don't expect anything to go quickly. Slab climbing. Semi-crimp.
Isn't it a half
Full
crimp?
crimp. Oh, half crimp, semi-crimp, half crimp, open. Yeah? I got quite emotional about the routes I did at Doe Crag the other day because I did them with my dad. And his ashes are spread on a ledge just across from Doe Crag. Yeah, it was. It's great.
Does it feel any different going for it now than it did 50 years ago?
No, this bit, Neil, is actually on Arcturus, which was an Alan Austin route. It's the first part of a hard VS that everybody in the world thinks is E1. And then I actually left it straight away and went up that dirty rock over there. So I might do that today, it just depends. I don't really want to go to the peg on Arcturus. This is all dirty and unclean. On site this, you know. Yeah, I just can't stand on that wet foothold. disturbing the spider's webs. I'll just go across here a couple of feet there to get a thread belay. Safe, eh?
Go up there.
I went straight up there, Neil.
But the dirtier rock looks easier.
Yeah.
The cleaner rock looks harder.
Sort of slightly to the right, you know, just moving right to the right.
Hey, there's a wire. I'm sure there's a little wire in that. You didn't need it.
Yeah, I could have got a wire higher up as well.
Hey, nice lead, mate. That first pitch I thought was quite bold.
Yeah, it is quite bold, yeah. I'd forgotten how bold it was. Especially with a bit of spice with the wet at the top.
And
yeah,
where are we going now?
Right, originally, for some unknown reason, I got a skyhook and went over the overhang out there and did some desperate moves to get, I'd tied a sling off on the peg and went straight up there. Then I traversed out to the edge along a flake. But anyway, nowadays I think we go straight up slightly.
So I mean, when you were going for this pitch, you'd abbed it. You kind of knew what was coming up, but obviously you hadn't tolerated it because that didn't go on back in the day. I mean, how did it feel like just pulling over this roof and like launching up into that sort of terrain 50 years ago?
I was just aiming for the peg, really. I knew the climbing was sustained and hard after the peg. In fact, the crux is probably higher up the pitch.
Right.
So that's when I was. There was so much good climbing on it. That's when I was really upset that they left it out of the guidebook. But that was just.
The passage of time has settled the score. But it's pretty mad for me to think that there was no training methods back then. There was no hangboarding or boulder or anything like that.
No.
And I wonder if modern methods have actually made it any less scary. Look, here comes Craig from the top. I mean, check that out. It's pretty well. We've got moss coming on the camera and everything.
Yeah. I bet they put a runner up there.
It's looking like that's the line for your feet, isn't it? Is it?
Ah, there's a runner here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think so, Neil. I'm not sure. Yeah, so I think this is the level. Jeff Lamb and Pete Bottrell using their common sense. Do you know what we're going to do? We're going to do that.
Oh, and
that.
the footwork, right?
That.
Peeling it all back and find out actually there's a route under there and actually I can climb it.
Yeah.
What about the gear? I mean, is that better these days than it was?
Yeah.
I mean, so was it pretty
well,
bold back then?
when you do a first ascent, you know the gear, you know where it is, so it doesn't become an issue. And I've only done it a couple of times since. I think the last time I did it was probably about 20 years ago. But the gear's, you know, pretty good. But it's the original peg.
Wow.
That peg that's in up there.
That's not been replaced?
No.
No way.
Yeah.
But like, there's not. I mean, now that you've got camming devices and all that, does that make it any less serious?
I don't know. I mean, I'll go up today and you know, I'll probably think, well, I won't bother clipping that. I don't know. But it was an old Lost Arrow, and they were made well. And if there's no drainage into it, you know, they last years.
As good as the day you put
But it might look good on the outside.
Yeah.
But you know what it's like on the
never know,
inside. You
yeah.
never know.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah. But it gives everybody the confidence to push on. Yeah. Oh, that was a good move. Yeah, originally I traversed across there, Neil.
All right, right.
But it's far more satisfying. Okay. Pulling straight up.
Money to be had there, or?
Yeah. I just momentarily, as they say, on rockline. I'll take that any day of the week.
Okay.
As they say, only I could have done that move.
Crystal ball now for you, Rob. I mean, by the time my kids are your age, do you reckon this route will be bolted?
Sorry? No.
No.
No,
Okay.
it won't. It won't. The trad climbing revolution will happen
Right.
with people like Neil Gresham driving it. Hopefully, you know.
I'll be in my box by then, won't I?
Yeah.
Well, that's optimistic.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
the trad climbing revolution, that is, not me being in my box.
Yeah, I think the trad climbing revolution will happen because they'll realise slowly but surely, realise how more complete and soulful it can be. I don't want to be evangelical about it, but they are missing out in being able to climb with total freedom because the standard ain't going to be too hard for them. And just that freedom of being out here and rather than trying to do 2 moves to get your bum off the floor.
It's a treasure for those guys to unearth, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whenever they choose to.
Yeah, but that's not for us to say. Hello again?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Oh, I've got to put another in now. I promise I'll put red in next time.
Okay. Red beer left out.
Well, yeah, I would think so. Gee, this is fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. What a massive jump to finish. That was absolutely amazing. Just pulling over the top onto the stance, Neil. Okay.
Nice one, Rob.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Good job. In a touch on the red, please. Really, really cool climbing. Dead precarious. No giveaway this. Keeps you on your toes the whole way. Holds aren't obvious, it's technical.
Yeah, it's quite thought-provoking, isn't it?
I mean the gear's there, but it's a bit kind of sketchy in the first half of the pitch. Do you feel like 50 years then, or yesterday?
Yeah, it was challenging enough. It was more sustained than I thought it would be. It's a really good piece of sustained wall climbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, good 5C, I would say. 5C. Yeah.
Good to revisit former glories and
Yeah.
yeah, nice
I
one.
made up. Feel really pleased.
Top lead. Fantastic. Really good. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Didn't have a clue where I was going.
Enjoy it though.
I did. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. I mean, I'm biased, but the climbing is superb. It is really good. Yeah, that's great. And the weather. I mean, the weather is brilliant. I mean, thank you, God.
It's a perfect day, isn't it?
Yeah.
No wind, still.
Yeah, it's just, I would have preferred better company, but you can't have everything, can you? Thanks very much for your forbearance.